Debbie Rowe, the mother of two of Michael Jackson's children, broke into tears on the witness stand today. She talked about Jackson's struggle with pain and with the doctors who treated him. Eyewitness News reporter Miriam Hernandez was in the courtroom. She joins us live with today's riveting testimony. Miriam.
And that's right, David. Jurors for the last 3 months have been hearing testimony, much of it from experts talking about drug dependency and the symptoms of it. Well, today jurors heard from a real insider, Debbie Rowe, talking about her struggle with doctors who she says overprescribed pain medication for Jackson. It took a subpoena to bring Debbie Rowe to court to testify for the defense of AEG Live. The company contends that Michael Jackson's drug dependency led to his death and that his habit began years before he died. Rowe is Jackson's former wife and mother to Prince and Paris. All three children, along with their grandmother, are suing the star's concert promoter for allegedly hiring Dr. Conrad Murray, who provided Jackson with a lethal dose of the anesthetic propofol. Rowe was also a nurse assistant to dermatologist Arnold Klein, who she said provided the painkiller Demerol and propofol for many of the hundreds of treatments Jackson received over 20 years. According to records and evidence, Klein was treating Jackson up until 3 days before his death. Rowe broke down on the witness stand today, describing Jackson as a victim of doctors competing over a celebrity patient. Quote, Michael respected doctors immensely. Unfortunately, some of the doctors decided that when Michael was in pain that they would try to outdo each other. Who could give the better drug? Unquote. Rowe identified the doctors as Klein and plastic surgeon Stephen Heflin. Rowe, quote, these idiots were going back and forth the whole time and not caring about him. Unquote. Rowe testified that Jackson had trouble sleeping but always seemed to be able to sleep after a doctor's appointment. She said his use of pain meds started with his accident in 1984. His scalp burned filming a Pepsi commercial. In 1993, she described a painful surgery to stretch his scalp and remove scar tissue. Jackson, she said, feared pain and had a low threshold. Klein and Heflin, she said, were providing powerful drugs to the point she consulted with Jackson's internist. She testified that Dr. Ellen Metzger designed a plan to wean Jackson off the meds. She told the jury that another doctor foiled the effort as Jackson left on the Dangerous tour, that he rejected Metzger's directions. Within months, Jackson announced that he was entering rehab for addiction to pain medication. And the claim of the plaintiffs is that Jackson's history with medications is not relevant. They say that his death was caused by a convergence of 3 factors: Murray, propofol, and AEG. Debbie Rowe remains on the stand testifying at this hour. Reporting live from downtown Los Angeles, Miriam Hernandez, ABC7 Eyewitness News.